Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Merle Mayer. We are back on the old 69 Chevy. I am super stoked to be able to work on it. And the deal with this truck is budget, as cheap as possible. Try not to buy new parts. We have a 350 in it. And it's, yeah, I don't know what it is actually. So off camera, I'm just going to do a compression test, standard old compression test. And then I'm going to tear into another engine, take a look at what we have with this other engine that's sitting. It's an unknown 350. It's a Target Master. I looked it up. And we'll just take a peek inside and see what it looks like and go from there. Would you look at that? I did a compression test on it and it is actually in better shape than I expected it to be for sitting around, and who knows how rusty it is in the cylinders. I never threw a camera down there or anything, but the compression is actually not bad in this thing. So this thing might have a vote to stay in. I don't know. We'll take a look. I'm going to get tearing into that other engine. We'll figure out what it is. I voted wrong. I think this is the new vote. This is the engine that was unknown, really, and it is a beautiful, like, look at the inside of this thing. It has like zero wear on it, like clean. This is a brand new motor. Yeah, it's pretty tough to argue with that. So it is according to the casting numbers, it was cast after 86. It's a Target Master, built in Mexico, but it's a 4-bolt main. It could have been a 2 or a 4-bolt main. Well, we got the 4-bolt main. So this is like a 250 horse or 230 horse motor or whatever. There's a bunch of arguments on forums on what this thing is, but I don't care. I'm happy. It's cheap and it is clean and nice. The downer to it is it's an 8.5 compression motor. So I guess it's going to get some shim head gaskets, and I do have some aluminum Edelbrock heads that are going to get put on this. So she is going to be a good little motor to just get this thing going, and who knows what all the plans are for this truck, but she's brand new inside. What a nice little motor. All right, well, I am going to keep moving forward. Okay, here's a hiccup that you'll run into when you're using used parts. So I have an old 272 cam and I wanted to degree this thing in and make sure it's straight up, because a lot of cams are built with advance in them for the bottom end response, blah, blah, blah. Problem is, I have found spec sheets that have the same number as this cam that are different. So I went on forums and oh my goodness, is there an argument about the cam that's going in here? And what I have to say is I bought a timing set that I can adjust the advance on the cam 3 degrees either way. And I've found that according to some specs, it's retarded. According to other specs, it's advanced. So guess what? It's going 0 and I'm going to call it straight up and we'll see what it does on the dyno. That's kind of where this is going to be. I don't know what it is. It's used and I'm going to stay cheap. I guess it's probably good if we keep the debate going. The cam in it is, the part number is a HMV 272-2NC. So whatever that is, I'm sure we'll get more out of it. But so I put a double roller timing chain, and the engine is actually, it's got a little bit more end play than we would like. That's one downer to it. And one thing here, I am trying some roller rockers. They're 1:6 ratios. If I wasn't doing the 1:6, I wouldn't be, I'd just be using the stock rockers. But I wanted to go 1:6 because I guess we're going to get about 512 lift out of this. So that's pretty cool. Stock push rods, and then these cylinder heads. So these are, they say Edelbrock E Street, but an interesting thing here, that casting number, according to Edelbrock, doesn't exist on E Street heads. So I called them. They could not tell me what was going on with these heads. They're like, that casting number is for some whatever weird set of heads. But these heads, I mean, they're They're like an as cast head, but they got some dress up for gasket matching, and I just gasket matched the intake, and we're gonna throw that on and keep going. So it is coming together. Haha, sitting all together. Looks pretty sweet for a budget build. I don't know if that air filter will fit under the hood. It was just an old one off of something, I don't even know what, but I don't even think it's a good shape. But anyway, I think that looks so cool. So really fun for a budget build. Valve covers, headers, carburetor, the spacer new, the fuel line's new. But lots of parts that I had laying around are on it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty stoked to get the old 69 going. That is going to look really cool under the hood. Hopefully it works good. Pretty sweet to have this thing together. But now I still have to do the brackets and pulleys for the front end and powder coat that stuff just to make it look nice. But I'm rolling this into the corner right now. I'm going to get Murray to do the pulleys and stuff on it. And I'm going to be getting the tranny out, and we're going to take a look at what that looks like. Ta-da! Engine's not here anymore. And I like leaning on things, but this transmission is a little bit grody. So the story on the transmission, no idea. It was in a running car. It's a car transmission. Supposedly drove great, no problems, and I guess my plan is I'm going to clean this baby up. She's a mess. And we'll look in the bottom end. I have a shift kit and a white box converter for it. And we'll just see what it looks like inside. Maybe I have to go further. Maybe I'll take the one out of the truck and deal with it. I'm going to be doing some stuff to the truck, so I don't care whether it's a car or a truck tranny. Shorter, long tail stock. This is a long tail stock. Trucks lots of times are short, so I'm just gonna go for it and see what we can find. Well, look at that, a fresh rebuild. It was rebuilt in 94. Huh. Not sure what all that means, but I guess we'll see when we get inside. That's awesome. It's cleaned up upside down, and when I pulled the pan off, I was expecting to see something in the pan. I already have the shift improver put in this thing. I used a B&M shift improver, but when I was pulling it apart, I expected to see stuff. Like there was a tiny bit of gray in the bottom of the pan, the filter, and it looked brand new, and like there's nothing sitting anywhere. With this upside down, normally on a transmission that is a used piece, you're gonna see some gray. Like, I mean, there's a tiny bit of gray. I rolled it the other way, so maybe there's more on this side. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of gray in there, but I mean, there's like nothing. This transmission, looking down into the clutches and stuff, looks brand new. So I don't think it had any miles on it. I'm pretty stoked. So B&M Stage 2 shift kit installed. Need to torque it and finish putting it together, but pretty stoked. All right, to wrap this video up, I'm not afraid to lean on this stuff anymore, except I'm more worried I'm going to get my dirty paw prints on this nice stuff. So if you watch the video, you can see that we've had to replace some parts, but this stuff is actually basically brand new, which is really sweet, kind of fluky. And but with this is just the step of putting it together. This is going to get dynoed. So on the dyno, we're going to be making changes on timing, on carburetor adjustments, on all that. And we're going to find out what RPM range this likes to run in. And we're going to be making that as good as possible. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to tell us where this transmission needs to shift. Even though we put a shift kit in it, there are some adjustments that we can change shift points with springs and vacuum modulator stuff. So looking forward to doing a video on that kind of stuff. Hopefully we have time to do it. And so the next step is going to be getting the truck in so that we can bolt this into it. And if you have any questions or comments on any of this or any of the videos that we do, please ask. I'd love to be able to help you with your build. It's so sweet to see this stuff out on the road, including your stuff. So if you have questions, please drop that in the comments. And I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. It really helps the channel. And if you don't mind, please like, share, and subscribe.